All rise. Support court is now in session. Judges, case number JVB1085, Campbell case.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, ladies, you may be seated. I'm Judge Brian D. Woodard, and ma'am, you brought this case before me. Matter of fact, before I get started on anything, I see your both last names are Campbell.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken. So what is your first name?
Kelly Campbell.
Kelly Campbell.
Yes.
And you, ma'am?
I'm Rochelle, but you can call me Ro.
This courtroom is on the verge of exploding. Family turning against family. Today, it's Kelly versus Rachel. Two cousins locked in a brutal custody battle over a 6-year-old boy. Kelly isn't holding back. She's calling Rachel an unfit, reckless mother who prioritizes her own lifestyle over a child's well-being. But Rachel isn't going down without a fight. She insists she has things under control, even if her parenting choices raise some serious concerns. Trust me, this case takes some wild turns, and the truth that comes out, you won't see it coming. Now, let's settle this. If you knew a family member was neglecting their child, would you step in or stay out of it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's dive into this high-stakes family showdown.
And
Kelly.
Kelly, okay.
Yes.
Kelly Rowe, let me go there because if I forget it, because Rowe and Kelly. All right, so let's get started. So go ahead and tell me about this.
My name is Kelly Campbell.
Leaving a child in 105-degree heat with nothing but a gym fan? That's beyond poor judgment. It's outright dangerous. But here's the real question. Does this give Kelly the legal ground to take custody? Custody battles aren't just about bad parenting decisions. The court needs solid proof that the child was neglected or put in harm's way. So, is Rachel just making questionable choices, or is this a serious failure to provide basic care? What do you think? Should lack of air conditioning and a proper education be enough to lose custody, or is that taking it too far? Drop your opinion in the comments. This case isn't just about parenting. It's about what happens when family steps in.
The best project manager the city has to offer. I brought my cousin to court because she's attempting to want to get involved in her son's life all of a sudden. But her choices, they're poor. She has childish behavior, and she's not taking care of her responsibilities. Simple.
She's not taking care of her responsibilities. How does she have children with you, or living with you, or?
She has a son, 6 years old.
6 years old?
Yes.
And so what makes her childish?
She's just,
Girl,
she
I'm
wanna be in
grown.
these streets. She's
Girl,
from
I'm
Hold
grown.
on one second. We're going to get to that
I'm
part.
real grown.
Okay, Miss Grown. One thing about it is grown people don't have to tell other grown people that they're grown. So just wait till I get to you, and then we're going to go ahead and get this train moving. But I'm going to get to you.
Kelly is painting a
Miss Rowe.
disturbing picture. No AC and triple-digit heat, one broken-down fan, barely doing anything Capri Suns left unrefrigerated, a child's education completely ignored in court. It all comes down to one thing, safety. Judges don't take neglect lightly, and they'll be looking for hard proof that Rachel's actions or inaction put her child at risk. But here's the twist. Can Rachel turn this around? Does she have a defense that could flip this case upside down? Stay locked in. This battle is far from over.
Yeah, R-O, really obvious. All right, let's go.
If
Let's
you
go.
could change the R to a H. But the point, what I'm saying is.
We're not going there, but go ahead. I'm
I
just going to go ahead and over
apologize.
like
Emotions
that.
are high.
I understand, but let's go ahead and get to business.
She's childish because she chooses to mix up her priorities.
Okay.
It's not flying, Your Honor. Her child, you know it's about 105 degrees. She has no AC. She has a gym fan circulating in the home.
The
How is
window
hot
was
air-
cracked.
Hold
The
on.
window was cracked.
Ladies, let me go ahead and get something straight right here because I just wanted this to go smoothly. And I know how ladies are sometimes. Y'all like to talk and get your point across, and you're going to be heard. I promise you're going to be heard. But being heard this way, it's not going to fly. So let's go ahead and continue without any interruptions. Ms. Rowe,
Got it.
when it's time for you to go, I will go back to you, Ms. Rowe.
Yes.
But for right now, please keep quiet. Can we do that? Let's get this show back on the road.
Thank you, because she's rude.
I didn't ask about what she is. I'm just asking you to go ahead and continue
That-
to tell me what you're going to
I
do.
stand corrected.
Oh,
Your
yes,
Honor.
ma'am. Let's go.
I apologize. As I mentioned, her 6-year-old is in very poor conditions. Circulating hot air with hot air is not going to fly. As I mentioned, the temperatures are high. She leaves a bowl of noodles, chicken flavor, for her son, Capri Suns that aren't refrigerated. The child is so behind educationally. All he know how to do is whoa. It's just a lot going on. I don't like it, and I am going to be the provider for her child. And that's it, point blank.
Okay. And Ms. Campbell, what are you actually asking for before I go?
Hold up. Did Rachel really just admit to leaving her 6-year-old home alone for 2 hours to go on a date? And her excuse? She was looking for a stepdad over a pork chop special that I've heard some wild courtroom defenses. But this takes the cake and serves up a side of disbelief. Now the real question, is Rachel truly an unfit mother, or is Kelly exaggerating the situation? Sound off in the comments, because this case just went from bad to straight up bizarre.
I want the full custody of her child, Caleb.
Okay.
And I would like her to pay me since she wants other men to pay her. But that's what I'm asking.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there anything else you would like to tell me before I move on to Ms. Rose?
I want you to see that she's truly childish, lax.
I didn't ask for insults. I said, is there anything that you want to tell me?
I didn't know that was an insult. It's really factual. No, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, see, this is going to be a challenge. Whew, don't you know? Miss Rowe, let's go. Continue this show.
Thank you, Judge. Okay, so they keep saying I'm crazy, right? They took my baby from me and gave it to her because I had a little date. I spent the block. I left him at the house by himself.
You spent the what?
The block. We went to Perry's. Me and his, he was tall, dark, and handsome. But I was going to bring him a pork chop special back. So I went on this little date, left him at the house by himself. I gave him some noodles, a Capri Sun, and they call themselves saying.
Finally, the judge steps in, and not a moment too soon, leaving a child alone in scorching heat with nothing but a wobbly fan and a cracked window. That's not just reckless, it's dangerous. And the judge doesn't hold back. This child is not a pet. If this had been reported to Child Protective Services, an emergency intervention could have been triggered on the spot. Oh, will Rachel finally understand the gravity of her choices? Or will she keep doubling down? Stay tuned. This just got real.
Oh, you can't leave the baby at the house by himself. I'm like, look, he was good. It was just for like 2 hours. I was going to be right back, and I was going to bring him back.
Wait a minute. How long?
Like 2 hours. We
2
had
hours.
reservations, so we was going to get right in.
So you made reservations and you left your child with her for just 2 hours. Was it just for that night?
It was not 2 hours, Your Honor. It was 6 hours
All
plus 2 bonus hours because she wanted to have a rendezvous.
All right, hold on a second. Okay, continue this. Yeah, this
Thank
is
you.
initial. I really want to hear this one.
She think because she got a pool.
Well,
in her
I ain't
backyard.
worried about that. Let's get to the facts.
Okay,
Go ahead.
sorry. So I spent the block, ran to the Bears with the fella. You know what I'm saying? He was fine. Okay. So look, I'm trying to get him a stepdad. I was gonna bring him back a pork chop special. Have you had one of them Perry's pork chops?
You trying to get a
It's like
stepdaddy?
this,
Listen,
it's-
you're trying to go and get a stepdaddy
For the
with
baby.
for a pork chop with a pork chop. Is
No, I
that
was
how?
gonna bring him the pork chop back.
And so you expect him to be stepdaddy because you brought him bringing a pork chop because you were bringing. I want him to be
I'm
my
bringing the
stepdaddy.
baby.
So maybe if I give him a pork chop, he gonna be my.
I'm bringing the baby back a pork chop.
Oh, the
He
baby, you bringing the baby a pork
I
chop,
went on
not the man
date.
a pork chop.
No, the man was gonna buy the baby a pork chop.
Okay.
That's how I'm
Sodium.
taking care of him.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, man.
So me and the man went out to dinner. I get back, they all, you're not supposed to leave your baby here, this and this and this. I'm like, he's 6 years old. He got some noodles. He got a couple of Capri Sun. I cracked the window, the fan was on, so he was good.
Just when you think this case couldn't get more complicated, Kelly drops a bombshell. Rachel only shows up once a year to claim her son on her taxes. Let's be clear. Falsely claiming a dependent is no joke. It can lead to serious legal trouble, including an IRS investigation if Kelly is proof. Rachel could be facing more than just a custody battle. This could turn into a full-blown legal nightmare at SO. Should tax fraud play a role in custody decisions, or should it be handled separately? Let me know what you think. This case just took a whole new turn.
So I
Hold on,
fight a couple people, bust a few windows, plant some tires, and they think that I can't.
Ma'am, you cannot be serious right now.
Dead.
Are you really serious right now? Number one, you're talking about what? First of all, let me say this: how hot is it outside right now?
105. That's the car.
Hold on. I'm asking her. because you're already at 105 because you're already talking, you heated up, and I understand.
I'm sorry, I'm
It's
passionate.
how hot is it outside right
Well, that day it was, I mean, cause we went at night. So
I
you
didn't
know, it cooled
ask
down a
whether
little
you
bit.
went at night or anything, because it's still hot at night as well, too.
I mean, about 80, 90, you know, it cooled down.
And-
But he had
and
a
you-
fan.
And you got a fan. You gave the child a fan in the car.
I cracked the window.
You cracked it. So what is this child, a dog?
No, Caleb. He's a human.
But it's hot outside and you're going to give the child a fan. And then what
And
else?
Capri Sun.
And a Capri Sun.
Two.
Now let me ask you something. Would you want a hot car or a hot environment and somebody to give you a Capri Sun?
No, I was at Perry's.
You know what? Sometimes you just don't have the words to say. And I guess this is one of those times where, Lord have mercy, I do not have the words to say. Now this lady right here, Miss, what'd you say your first name was again?
Kelly with a capital K.
Miss Kelly with the capital K.
The best project
Okay,
manager.
I didn't ask if you was the best or the worst because you have no proof to tell me if you did right or wrong. It comes to those project managers or whatever else you say. You don't have to build the words up
work
to
too,
me.
Kelly.
Okay, but if you don't want to be done that way, why do you think that it's okay to let a child sit?
And just like that, the verdict is in. Rasho is officially ordered to pay $1,043 a month in child support. The message is clear. If you want custody, you need to be present, reliable, and provide stability. You can't disappear for a year and then suddenly demand parental rights. It doesn't work like that. But did the judge go far enough? Should Kelly have been granted full custody? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This case might be closed, but the debate is just getting started.
Treat
It
them
was
like
just
that?
for 2 hours.
It
I was
doesn't matter,
working
but
on
I
getting
said,
the
would
stepdad.
you want that done?
No. I mean, but sometimes we gotta go through stuff to get to the bigger picture. And I was working on this.
Well, looking like
man.
you got to the bigger picture with Paris.
I did,
Yeah,
and that's when you know
yeah.
the baby was gonna come with me on stage.
Yeah,
you know,
I see.
I was
Okay.
setting him up.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Miss Rowe, how much do you make how much you make a year?
What a wild ride from start to finish. This custody battle exposed neglect, financial red flags, and some seriously questionable priorities. In the end, the judge chose stability over chaos, keeping the child's well-being the top priority. But here's the real question. Did the court make the right call? Should Rachel have lost full custody? Or did Kelly push things too far? Let us know what you think in the comments. And if you're all about real-life courtroom drama, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping legal breakdowns. Until next time, stay informed, stay sharp, and stay tuned.
You haven't received anything.
Barely.
Okay. But obviously, this child is going to need to be taken care of because, you know, everything in life is just ain't free. You just can't drop your child off and let somebody else take care of it.
I
Thinking
didn't drop him off.
she's taking care of your child.
I want him back.
She's taking care of. Okay, so how come you just now coming to court and saying that you just want him back? What happened to the past year?
I've been saying I want him back. She keep dragging me through the mud.
Dragging you through.
Oh, I'm unfit. I'm very fit. I go to
Ma'am,
the
I'm
trainer
just going to
3
say
times a
this.
week.
When
I'm
you're
fit.
talking about
I don't
caviar
know
and stuff
what
like
you're
that,
talking
obviously
about.
you have other reasons. So this is what we're going to do. So
I'm
you're.
fit.
Are you? Judge,
Let-
if you didn't
hold on,
have the
hold on, ladies,
training
ladies, hold on. Because we're not going to go there. Y'all sound like my family during Christmas time. So, Miss Ro Campbell,
Yes.
you see, you make $65,000 a year, okay? You paying by your cousin $350. Your gross is $5,417, and 20% of that, with your net, is $4,401.57. Your high rim, 100 plus. We're gonna add that $163 to it. So basically, you got to pay something. You just can't. You can't just let your cousin take care of all the business while you're thinking all high and mighty with pork chops and caviar.
She
Hold
dropping
on,
it.
wait a minute. Hold on, before we get to that, let me go ahead and get this before I forget about it. So, yes, you're going to pay. Okay, and the thing is, you're going to pay $1,043 flat. Nothing more, nothing less. But
Run
you
the
need to be at home with your. If you wanted your child back so bad, it shouldn't have taken this long. Okay, you shouldn't be out there with the man eating pork chops and caviar while she's up there taking care of your child and not getting a dime. Am I mistaken about that?
None
you
of the coins,
All right.
silver or copper.
So before you have anything else to say, that is my decision. This case is over with. This is adjourned. You have my answer. All right, ladies,
on that.
you may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.